So Dave, you've started a geotech company. You've been in the field for a long time. What qualities do you need? And what qualities do you look for in a good geotechnical engineer?
Yeah, sure. Look, well-rounded individuals, to be honest.
Yep. Like in most fields?
Absolutely. And I think, we always take pride in training our engineers to be well-rounded consultants. So communication and being able to talk to people is absolutely key.
Yep.
So, you'll be involved in winning work, writing proposals, talking to clients earlier on. Technically sound, obviously, that goes without saying. But then also, dealing with people on site. So a big part of what we do and what we believe. So our motto is great people, practical solutions.
Cool.
And I'm quite passionate about that, really. So,
yeah,
not saying we're technically the best in the world, but we're practical. We are willing to take on ideas from other people. So that might be a contractor, might be a client, might be anyone. So we think we come up with some reasonable ideas, but not ashamed to be challenged or too proud to be challenged on those. So
yeah, cool.
So having an open mind, communicating openly, building rapport. So having a good team to deliver projects. So working in that space with trusted advisors and not having to tender all your work. Tender is a process that has to happen, and that's fine. But I find certainly in the design phase of projects, if you have a trusted team that you go around and hunt and pack, so to speak, and you get a better outcome.
Did you say Ralph?
Yeah, big part of what Ralph does. I think. Well, if Ralph has done his job, so Ralph is one of our work-winning people. So if Ralph does his job properly, we'll build a team, and we've got to deliver that job, right? So Ralph makes a whole lot of promises. We've got to deliver. There's no better BD than delivery on time and doing what you said you were going to do, right?
Absolutely, mate. So if you look at my business, I don't really go tendering for work.
Yep, sure.
It's word of mouth.
Yeah, absolutely.
People literally just give me a call and say, "Hey, Andy, we have a problem. Can you come have a look at this?" Yeah. Literally, mate. That's literally my life. It's like I spend it on the phone. I'm like, "Oh, that cool. Yeah, come. I'll check it out." Sometimes I'm actually even working without a contract. So
yeah, right. That's great.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. Like it's
and it's a great place to operate in because your value is appreciated, and you're not trying to sell something that someone's not valuing. And I say that, and we operate in a whole lot of different markets, from large roading infrastructure projects through to vertical builds, right through to private developments. So a lot of the work we do is large scale earthworks, land development type projects, which have their own technical challenges, or the same technical challenges really, particularly working in New Zealand. But a lot of the time in that space, the value's not, I guess, understood. And it's really driven by the authorities, so your councils and whatever conditions they put on consent. So it is a little harder working in that space initially, making sure that value is understood. And a lot of the time, the geotech's done on a site that really doesn't have a lot of risks. So it's just seen by those private developers as a cost and a box ticking exercise. So,
but it's not, though, is it?
It's not.
It's not until you end up in delay. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but some of those projects, it's pretty straightforward, and the ground conditions are really good, and you don't need a lot of involvement. So not overcooking things when they don't need to be is quite important as well.
So it's training your guys up to actually identify where you're needed more.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so let's say I was a young engineer and I'm getting into engineering. I'm a student.
Yep.
Why would I come into geotech? Is it exciting? Is it why?
Look, I think I sort of stumbled on geotech, to be honest. When I first went to university, I liked maths and science, and there was this earth science paper that I took, and that was my favourite paper in my first year. So I threw all my direction into earth sciences and geology, which is my first degree. So I think the great thing about it is I find it genuinely interesting. It gives you a great mix of field-based and office-based work. So, you're tertiary trained, but you get a lot of time in the field, spend a lot of time in the field doing physical work. And, there is a risk that a lot of geotech engineers go straight from the classroom to the design room. And, I see that as quite risky. They should all do their time.
Why?
Well, because they don't understand how soil and rocks behave. So you need to be in the field investigating it, drilling holes, rolling your sleeves up, getting your hands dirty, understand how things behave. It's one thing to learn it in a textbook, another thing to actually see it and breathe it in real life.
Absolutely.
So, I'm a big fan of that, making sure that guys do the go through their right apprenticeships and do all those good things out in the field. And it suits young people's lifestyles. They get to travel around and, you keep fit and, it's physical work. It's great fun. And then your career progresses through. So being well-rounded, I think, is really important.
Does it excite you that you don't know what's in the ground?
Not really. It scares me.
It scares you. No, that's really cool. Hopefully that gives some people some insights into why they should choose geotech as a profession.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
cool.